Whoosh, baby, whoosh. C'est Playa vie, baby, whoosh. Whoosh, baby, whoosh. Tu ne veux pas que je te touche, whoosh. Whoosh, baby, whoosh. You wanna hear my song? Whoosh, baby, whoosh. Il ne faut pas que je te touche. Playa V, Billy 3. Life of a playa. You might think I'm rich, but I am at heart. That's where I am. That's where I'm rich at first. It's at heart, and that reflects on it reflects a lot on my output and my energy on how I live my life on a daily basis. So don't think I'm rich. I am rich. I was just letting you know that I am rich. Because once you're rich at heart, you lack nothing else on this earth. You might suffer a lot because people who persecute you for your good heart. But that doesn't mean give it up so you could pick up on a bad heart. Your struggles don't determine who you are. You define your worth by consciously choosing and fighting to be who you want to be. No one is responsible for making you the man or the woman you desire to be in this life. As a man, I face my own challenges, and I can't exactly tell you how I overcome my challenges, but I do it with very my outlook is to heal, from a lot of the things I struggled to let go of in the past. And most of it were people who I thought had my best interest at heart. And even a part of myself, there was a part of myself I thought had my best interest at heart. I'm still figuring out that part of myself because that's who I have to let go of completely to be happy with myself the way I want to be happy. Because I still feel a part of myself, misguiding me. And that's not how I wish to live my life. I don't wish to have any part of me inside, deceiving or lying to me in any way. Whether that's playfully or jokingly. I know what it's like to make jokes, and I joke a lot. I don't joke a lot, but I'm a funny individual. I think there's a difference there's a thin line between jokes and insults. People say they're joking, but they're really just trying to insult your intelligence. And there's a very thin line between those two things. But it's not that it really matters too much. It's all about how deep you decide to go into things. And lately, I've been going so deep that I'm touching what's at the bottom, and I don't want to break the foundation of my consciousness and what allows me to exist as I am. So there are certain things I have to just process in a different way. and grow through so that it doesn't destroy me from the outside in, because that's how it's gonna happen. Because on the inside, I'm fine. I've done a lot of work on the inside, but there are a lot of things on the outside that can still destroy me. But it would only take, whatever belongs to this world. What doesn't belong to this world will not remain, because I fought hard to keep that part intact and untouched. When all this falls apart, I don't want my soul to remain here. Doing what? Wandering around looking for a body so you could go and eat McDonald's? I'm good. I'm fine. Oh, what? So I'll go and smoke some Za? Nah, I'm good. I love smoking my Za right now because that's part of my activities of the experience that I'm still having on this planet. Lately I've been fasting a lot. Haven't been eating a lot of crap. I ate a lot of nuts, fruits, oranges mostly, had some watermelons, had a mango, had some mango. That's a lot of other fruits that I like, but it's just, I haven't been getting into them because I want to go to a farm where I know, like, yeah, man, this thing just came off the land and just pick this fruits. I love dragon fruits. There are different types of mangoes. I love seeded grapes. All the fruits do I like. Growing up, what did I eat? Mangoes? Still pineapples too, but pineapples, yeah. I'll see a lot of exotic fruits that I haven't had access to. Someday, God will lead me to exotic places, to live an exotic life, because that's how I desire to live. I desire to live an exotic life, not a flashy life, but my exotic life is gonna be very flashy. Even if I could be naked. I could have on no clothes, bro. My exotic life is gonna be flashy. It's gonna look so good. Oh my God. I'm talking about rainbows of fruit. I'm talking about, baby, God, you hear me? You still recording, right? Yeah, we're recording. God, you hear me, please? Answer my prayers, God. I want my prayers to be answered, and I know my prayers will be answered. Doesn't matter what my circumstances look like right now. I am a man of truth, and I fight really hard for the things that I desire. And I don't step over other people's neck, foot, toes, or hand. I don't cross anybody over to earn anything in this life. I have. And when I seen, the consequences of my own actions, I stopped. I stopped living a certain way that was hurting me. But first, I was taken from others, and expecting what I was taking to help me prosper. But it only led me to more shambles. It led me to shambles. Every time I took from someone else, trying to build myself, it never worked. And I am grateful for every time. It don't matter how much the amount was that I received that did not come from hard work. I'm grateful for how I was able to put it back into the world, without living in greed and thinking that was going to build an empire that would help me succeed. Through a lot of my struggles, there were times where I received a lot of money through scams that I did not use to build myself. And I've told people this a lot of times, but I've never actually expressed it to the world because I'm tired of talking to people. You talk to certain people, it's like you're talking to them. It's almost like they know you, and they know what you've sacrificed. So when you talk, what you say don't really matter to them because they want to hear something that doesn't matter to you because it matters to them. I don't know if that makes sense. But I've sacrificed a lot to be who I am today. I owe it to myself to not give up my battle. I trust in God to see me through. I've come a very long way. Very, very long way from living like nothing on the outside. Even on the outside, it's funny. It was never living like nothing. It was more like just me on the inside, just suffering deeply. The fact that I'm even smiling right now, I'm smiling with a lot of pain within my womb. If I'm being honest, that's just the truth. How do I wake up and live the opposite of what I've been through? I do it by choice, just because I choose. It's not that I'm not hurting from what I've been through. It's there. It's not that I'm not hurting. It's just that I don't want to put that hurt onto other people. That's it. So I choose the better route. And I do the better me. Because I don't want to fall into shambles. Drowning my own emotions into pain, trauma, and suffering that I've endured, that's embedded deep within me. Some days I rage out. Lately, not so much, and I've been doing it very more like quickly. Like I do it quick and I end it. Nobody got time to be spiraling. And I never really spiraled. I just never understood what I was battling and why certain energies bothered me so much. But I understand now that it's just how the world always existed. But the less conscious you are of it, the less it really bothers you. But the more conscious you become, the more it bothers you. The more conscious you become, the stronger your energy becomes, and it's looking for people with powerful energy to drain. So I've just understood shit, this is what it is, right? So how can I use that? How can I use that energy? How can I amplify that energy into something more? And that's to be continued. 333.